Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Wanted Fugitives, your Crime Stopper show. I'm Sergeant Melony Peterson.
And I'm Amber Southard.
We've had a phenomenal month, really, the month of February, but really 2 major drug cases were solved as a result of a Crime Stopper tip. And this is just a little bit of your work, and we appreciate it. The following fugitives wouldn't have been arrested without you. Welcome back, everybody. Well, like I was just telling and talking to Amber, we've had a great month of February and looking forward to March. We had 2 really great, phenomenal cases. Narcotics confirmed that 2 of our tipsters out there, to whoever they are, we don't know, but those were great tips. Over 38 firearms were seized, ammunition, and these people were convicted felons, Amber. And
they had no legal right to a
no,
firearm.
Absolutely not.
So no telling where they got them from. Like we were talking about, hopefully we can clear some burglary cases with that now.
That would be phenomenal.
Firearms. Yeah.
Or some cases of some unlocked vehicles where firearms were stolen.
Yes.
Yeah, but incredible job on the narcotics unit. Both cases combined, a little over $30,000 worth of narcotics. This includes everything from spice, heroin, cocaine, marijuana, and of course, pills, ranging from oxycodone all the way to MDMA, ecstasy.
I feel like we did a stretch there for a while where we weren't seeing spice anymore. It had kind of faded away, but it's starting to come back. I've noticed we've had a couple cases that have come across my desk where spice is making a comeback, and that's just...
Absolutely, and what a lot of people fail to realize is this synthetic, cannabinoid, it's a felony, folks. We send it off. FDLE will test it for us, and when it comes back, you will be prosecuted for it. Law enforcement's not dumb. We know it's not potpourri.
It doesn't even smell good.
It doesn't even smell good. I wouldn't want to burn it in my house.
And the thing is, what gets me is you don't even know what's in that.
No.
You have no idea where it's being made. You have no idea what's in it. You don't know what you're putting inside your body and what you're ingesting and what it could do to you short-term versus long-term. So, I know a lot of people that do drugs don't think quite about that. They're chasing the high and looking for the high, but that is something to seriously think about and talk to your children. Talk to your kids about it. If they come across it, let them know. This is not good stuff. You shouldn't ingest it at all.
No way. I mean, like Amber's saying, it's harmful chemicals.
Yeah.
It's not good for you. I'd rather see people that have addiction issues get the help that they definitely need so that they can have a good and a productive life instead of leaving it to some DIY pharmacist in their living room, just pulling out just any scraps or chemicals they have laying around the house to potentially kill someone with.
Yeah.
So with that being said, we're very dependent on our tipsters, and if you've never provided a tip to Crime Stoppers, we're going to tell you the 3 ways in which you can do so. First, you can always call the call center. It's 24 hours a day, 365 days a week, 433-7867. You'll hear Amber and I say call 433-STOP. That's what that stands for. That call center never, ever closes. The 2 main things that you will get when you provide information to Crime Stoppers, you're going to get a tip ID and what?
You're going to get that number.
Yeah.
You're going to have to hang on to that.
Absolutely. You're going to get a password too. And those 2 things right there, folks. You lose it, you've potentially lost money. And
we have people contact us all the time, whether it's via Facebook or through the Crime Stopper. First of all, you contact us through Facebook, you're already out. Don't reach out to us. Don't stop us in restaurants if you see us. They're on the streets. The best way is to go through the Crime Stoppers route. But they'll contact and say, well, I never got my money. I don't know how. You lose that. You lose the password. You lose that number. there's nothing we can do for you.
That's right. The reason being is because it's anonymous, folks. That means we don't ask your name. You don't go to court either. It's just that clear. So that tip ID is really your only proof that you even corresponded with Crime Stoppers. And that's the reason why it's so important to hang on to it. And if you don't want to talk on the phone, of course, you have another option. You go directly to the Gulf Coast Crime Stoppers website at gulfcoastcrimestoppers.org. The right-hand corner of the page, of course, you can click on submit a tip, and it will walk you through the process. Same criteria. 2 numbers are given to you. Because with our new program, P3 software, you have access to your tip 24 hours a day. I put reward information on there, how to pick it up, how to claim your reward. And then finally, of course, one of our favorites.
I just love it. It's so convenient. You can download the P3 app to your phone, either Android or iPhone. So it works on either device. And it's so user-friendly. To me, it's just the easiest way. You can text, you can take pictures, you can submit. It's so easy.
You know, and so again, our rewards go up to $3,000. It's free money, and you can't argue with free.
No. Always a good day when you can get a little bit of money.
Absolutely.
Put it to the side for a rainy day, or we've got summer coming up, so
Absolutely.
New bathing suit,
buy a lot of tanner lotion.
Yeah, there you go.
So with that being said, we're going to go ahead and give you this week's Wanted Fugitives. Keep in mind that these Wanted Fugitives are wanted as of March the 4th of 2019. We do ask that any of these fugitives, you do not make contact with them.
No.
You contact Crime Stoppers, contact the Sheriff's Office, let them know where they're at, give a good description, and we'll do all that work.
Yep.
We don't want anybody getting hurt.
No.
Okay, with that being said, our first Wanted Fugitive, of course, is Heather Castide. She's 42. She has a failure to appear, and Heather has a no bond.
This failure to appear,
That's the dumbest charge ever.
It's so easily avoidable. You know what date you were given, you know what time, you know when you're supposed to be there. Just show up. That's all you have to do. And then maybe the judge will take it, maybe they'll be a little, you don't know. You don't know how that day's going to go. They could be a little more lenient, but let me tell you, you miss that appointment, that's it.
Absolutely. I mean, really and truly, that's a very dismissive attitude that won't give you or get you any points in the criminal justice system, especially with that judge. The next Wanted Fugitive is Charles DeBose. He is 55 years old. He's wanted for grand theft with a bond of $2,500. I don't know if that look is reminiscing.
He's just kind of looking off like, dang, why did I do that?
Yeah, hopefully there's some remorse there.
I hope so, yeah.
Next Wanted Fugitive is Janelle Ann Flores. Janelle's 42, and she's wanted for aggravated stalking with no bond. Okay, so
that's a little scary.
Yeah.
Somebody's watching you.
Fatal Attraction.
That is it, yep. So definitely, let's get Janelle out there off the streets.
Absolutely. Next Wanted Fugitive, Richard Grisby. He's 44, and he's wanted for a failure to appear with no bond.
I hope he's trying not to laugh in that picture, because that's just as disrespectful as not showing up for your court date.
Absolutely, says a lot. Next Wanted Fugitive is Yolanda Denise Harvey. She's 36, and she's wanted for a weapon offense. She has a no bond, and she doesn't look very happy.
No.
But clearly, if it's a weapon offense, either she wasn't allowed to have a weapon in her possession or misuse of one. So either way, somebody out there knows where Yolanda's at.
And that's exactly what you were talking about in the beginning. This is somebody you probably wouldn't want to approach. Obviously, she has a weapon, and she's been charged with shouldn't have it, so definitely give us a call.
Next Wanted Fugitive is Timothy Ivan Hayes. He's 40 years old, and this is Timothy's second battery charge. And again, just to reiterate what Amber just said, don't make contact with these folks. Nobody wants to go to jail voluntarily, but a lot of them, you just never know their mindset.
No.
And even though Timothy only has a $1,000 bond, not having $1,000 on him, he might not be thinking clearly, and he might be a little temperamental, with short-tempered if anything.
He's obviously shown that he's violent, so that's
there's some anger issues
there's
there.
something going on there. Just a little something to think about.
Just little things that maybe you don't feel like talking. I don't know. Maybe he's not much of a communicator. I'm not sure.
Who knows? Just don't approach him. That's all we know.
Just don't do it.
Yep.
Okay, our next one, a fugitive, is and I apologize if I don't say this correctly, Quizon Marquise Hunter. He is 25 years old. He's wanted for vehicle theft and obstructing justice. He has a bond of $11,000. 25 years old, you don't borrow cars and you know better, and not bring them back. Or just take them, period.
And see, he's 25, he's young, he's got that nice smile there.
Yeah.
He looks like he could be a good kid, you know. It looks like somebody that you would hire to do work around your house or talk to or whatever. It just goes to show,
Absolutely.
You never know.
It's not too late to turn it around.
It's not. Go ahead, Quizon, turn that around. And if we're saying your name wrong, go ahead and give us the call there.
Absolutely.
And let us know.
Correct us.
We'll definitely correct it and give us a location.
Our next wanted fugitive is Christopher Ryan Jones. He's 32. He's wanted for grand theft, fraud, impersonation, passing a forged or altered instrument. He's got a bond of $25,000. And this is really a crime that how I feel about this. I don't like people committing fraud, any type of altered documents. They're your bad check writers, and not a lot of sympathy there.
No, that's a pretty large bond.
So whoever turns Christopher in, I'd rather you have money
There you go.
the right free way.
Because he's been scamming it off other people.
Absolutely. Next wanted fugitive is Rachel Kaufman. She's 23. She is also wanted for passing a forged or altered instrument. So any friends of Rachel's out there, do not leave your purse lying around, and definitely hide your checkbooks. And she's got her a good $7,000 bond. Young girl, dumb decision.
That's it.
Next one, a fugitive, Michael Anthony Lingo. He's 39 years old. He's wanted for burglary and grand theft with a bond of $15,000.
Michael, you know that stuff didn't belong to you. He is old enough to know better. That's what gets me. Some of these young kids on here, kids make mistakes, and that's unfortunate. And hopefully, we hope everybody on this show turns their lives around and gets things on track, whether they have a substance abuse problem or stealing things, klepto problem.
Yeah,
we
and
hope
burglary is such an intentional act. It's
is.
intentionally to enter.
You know what you're doing.
Yes.
You know you're taking something that's not yours from an innocent person out there, and I'm sure your victim really hopes that you get the help you need too.
Yeah, we're fixing to go on our first break, but while we're on break, we do want to encourage everyone out there to go to the Gulf Coast Crime Stoppers Facebook page and like us. And with that being said, we'll be right back. Welcome back, everybody. Well, before we went on break, I encouraged everyone to go to Gulf Coast Crime Stoppers Facebook page and like us. Encourage your friends to like us.
Yeah. You can also stop by the Escambia County Sheriff's Office Facebook page or the Pensacola Police Department Facebook page. You can find tons of information there, whether it's community events that we have going on for either agency, or whether it's just arrests we've made in the area, so you can kind of see the work that's being done by your sheriff's office. So go ahead, check them out, like them, follow.
And also, I know Amber mentions this just about every show, but we do encourage people to tell us what you'd like to see on the show. If there's a specific topic, let us know. And I know you've given the appropriate email address for that.
If anybody has any ideas or something that you'd like to see us talk about, or you've got questions about a topic and we can bring an expert on to kind of talk about that, please feel free. Email us at pio@escambiaso.com. We both get that email. We'll be happy to go through those and discuss and see what we can do to bring that to you right here on Wanted Fugitives. Absolutely,
because we definitely want the show. We know we have very faithful watchers out there.
Yes.
This show is about you.
Yes.
We do this for them, and we definitely want to really touch base on the topics that are most of interest to you out there. I know before I even got into law enforcement, there were some things I just didn't understand or know, and if we don't know, we'll find out.
We'll find somebody.
Absolutely. We've got some resources.
That's it.
So definitely let us know. With that being said, we're going to go ahead, finish up our last remaining 5 on Wanted Fugitives, then we're going to turn it over to Amber.
All right.
All right, so our next wanted fugitive is Reginald McCall. He's 40 years old. He's wanted for grand theft as well, with a bond of $1,250.
Again, I mean,
I mean,
doesn't belong to you. You shouldn't take it.
exactly.
We learned that at such a young age, and somehow some of us just forget over the years.
You know, and a lot of these charges, and I guess, honestly, if you really think about it, any crime could have been prevented with better choices.
That's
You don't take stuff that don't belong to you, like you said. You just don't do that.
You
That's
don't.
not cool. Next wanted fugitive is John Wesley Merritt Jr. John is 21 years old. He is wanted for aggravated battery, and I definitely don't like this charge. Cruelty towards a child. And, of course, John, no bond, and you're 21 years old, so you just practically grew up, and I'm not really sure.
This is one of those that we really need John off the streets. Obviously, he can't handle himself. He's abusing children now. He does not need to be out there in Escambia County, and I'm pretty sure any parent out there watching this would agree with me on that. So if you know John, he needs to pay up. He needs to come on in, turn himself in. If he doesn't, go ahead and take advantage of this program, get you a cash reward, and let's get him off the streets.
Absolutely, and at 21, I would just like to say, John, if you're watching, it is never too late to turn your life around. Whatever's going on, and I'm guessing, folks, because I don't know the background on this report, but it's either a bad relationship or something. And with that being said, if you're in a bad relationship, leave it.
Yep, that's it.
Just get out, move on, move forward.
It is
You're
not
21.
worth ruining your life over.
No, because there's some festering anger issues here, and I would encourage John to get those addressed to prevent these charges from repeating themselves.
Yeah, so he can move forward with his life and make better decisions.
That's what we want. Next one, a fugitive, Michael Anthony Shavers Jr. He's 32 years old, failure to appear, as the remaining three on our list are all. And, of course, Michael doesn't have a bond.
That's what happens.
Yeah.
I mean, every time. We see it every time.
Yep. Come up with a good excuse. Mary Frances Smith, she's next up. She's 31, failure to appear. Mary has a bond of $1,000. Again, and this is the funny part, our last one is Devin Leland Van Sickle, and he's 29. So here we go, early 30s, all three, failure to appear with a no bond. They better say that they don't own a clock.
That or
a
they
calendar.
don't have a cell phone with a calendar in it. I doubt that very highly.
Absolutely. Responsibility. We've said it before. We'll keep saying it.
Yeah.
If you're going to break the law, be responsible. Go to your court date. You don't show up, that's
on you.
Yeah.
And now, like we've said time and time again, you've disrespected that judge, that courtroom, the time that everybody is made to be there for you, and it doesn't help you in any way.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So with that being said, those are your wanted fugitives. Remember, they are wanted as of March the 4th, 2019. And with that being said, Amber, take it away.
That's right. We're going to go right into our deadbeat parents. And this one, Joseph Thomas, he's 40 years old. It's probably the largest purge amount I've seen in the year I've been doing this with you. And wow, $3,500, a little more than $3,500 there, Joseph. And let's just.
And you talk about this all the time.
Yeah.
You talk about being held accountable, reaching out to family court, folks.
Yeah.
So it's not like
if you're on hard times, people go through hard times. We struggle financially. I understand that. But if you don't reach out and tell somebody, hey, I've lost my job, or hey, my pay's been cut, or I now have extra expenses and it's really, really hard for me to get this, medical expenses, or whatever it may be.
Yeah.
How do they know? They're not mind readers. So what happens? That purge amount just keeps accruing.
Absolutely.
And it doesn't go away, and it's the children that are suffering.
Absolutely. So again, it's all about being responsible and holding yourselves accountable.
So if anybody knows Joseph Thomas out there, please go ahead, call that number, use the app.
Yeah, because I do know, and our rewards, you know how they'll fluctuate on us. All of our rewards kind of fluctuate, but now just a straight up deadbeat parent tip, that's the easiest phone call. less than 1 minute, you're going to earn $150 if they get arrested.
Boom.
Address provided by you.
I bet you'll never earn $150 as quick or that easy ever again.
It's a shame I don't know any deadbeat
I know,
parents.
right?
Just saying.
All right, the next one on our list is Christopher Wayne Holt, 38 years old, with a purge amount of $522. He definitely does know better.
Okay. Keep increasing, Chris.
That's it. Then we have Lamont McGraw with a purge amount of $670, and he's 36 years old. Lamont shouldn't be hard to find. He's got all those tattoos, so they're pretty easy to point out if you ever see him in public. Then we have James Tucker Jr. He's going to be 54 years old with a purge amount of $870. He just looks all upset about it. I would be too.
Stunned.
I would be too. That's not going to be fun to pay, but you got to pay it.
Absolutely.
Then you have Ernest J. Mack, 39 years old, with a purge amount of $740. I hope that's not a smile.
Me neither.
Yeah.
It's hard to say nowadays.
It really is. Then we have Tina Moore. Tina, though, is also wanted, I want to go ahead and point out, for battery. So she also has a warrant out for her for battery. So in this case, like Sergeant Peterson was just saying, you get that automatic 150, but because she has this, it could calculate higher. We could find her. She could have anything on her that could turn her charges up a little more.
Absolutely.
So this one could be a bigger reward is what I'm trying to say. So if you know Tina, she's 49 years old. She has a purge amount of a little more than $1,800. And, people always, ask me like, ooh, I get, seeing the females on here kind of throw me off. They can be bad parents too.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
A deadbeat parent is a deadbeat parent. It does not specify male or female.
No, it doesn't. So don't be shocked when you see them on here.
And we do not discriminate.
No, and she needs to take care of that because she's got kids that
need it.
They need it. Then we've got Kayla Renee Riley. Not sure how she's going to say that. It's 26 years old with a purge amount of $820.
Just keeps on creeping up there.
It does. And then Leon Turner, 50 years old, with a purge amount of $431. He looks shocked.
Yeah. Well, we're hoping that that's just a little temporary glitch, like maybe just falling on some hard times, but still, those are the deadbeat parents of this week's segment. We've had a very interesting, busy past week
Very busy.
and a half. One of the fun things that Amber and I got to participate in was the West Cape Parade, Mardi Gras Parade.
So much fun. And
love
if you've
that
never attended it or heard about it, it is, just forget Mardi Gras downtown. Yeah. This is the best parade.
Those little kids are so sweet.
You could attend, and they love it. They love seeing the Mardi Gras crews come out. They love seeing the Escambia County Sheriff's Office mounted unit, along with we had our motorcycles out there, and the chief and the sheriff were out there, and PPD. They were there. Chief Leiter and his crew of captains and stuff came out throwing out some beads. So
crew of SWAT was there.
Crew of SWAT was there, so they loved getting out there and seeing them. And the crew of Blues had come out. So it was just some of the bigger crews that like to come out and. Such a fun event.
I know. Yeah. I've been really trying to fight the urge to not eat moon pies. That's like the one time a year, like it's not my go-to snack, but it is the one time of year where you don't mind.
Yeah, well,
I don't know.
My husband and I were having a conversation, funny enough, about moon pies this morning, and I can't stand them. I'm not a fan of them. And I was like, they must, like, their one time a year to make money is like right now, Mardi Gras. And, because every time I looked on social media, this past week, it's just everybody with their moon pies that they caught or whatever, and they're so excited about them. I'm thinking, gross. Ugh.
I know, and I was looking at all the pictures of the people with the beads on and stuff, and this one picture, this guy, his neck was gone. It was like he had beads. I'm like, how is he going to turn his head
and
to have a conversation?
It's painful, weighing down on you, waiting for that parade to end. But we were also downtown at the Pensacola Mardi Gras Parade this week, the downtown one that we do, and that was fun too.
Yes.
They did Friday and Saturday. And then, of course, if you went out to the beach parade, you also saw our deputies out there in full force, of course, working it this time around. The
great thing about all this is that as a community, there was no reported injuries during any of these parades, to my knowledge. And that's what we want. We just want everybody, I'm pretty sure some cars got towed, but we won't talk about that because that's probably a little sensitive subject out there.
Just watch the signs. And again, we'll have Blue Angels coming up this summer, so that'll be something we talk about. We'll get people prepared to where they can park, where they should park, kind of what rules they follow. Because every year we sit there and watch them, towing them away.
Yep.
That's
Well,
it.
listen, we appreciate you tuning in, and we will see you next week.
Thanks for watching.